All right, welcome back
Yes,
to the Hot Mess Mountain Mamas.
that's right.
And we don't have Melissa with us here
We
today.
do not.
But
Sadly, we do not.
yeah, sadly. So, but we decided we would. Jackie almost wore her jacket like this, and then we would have both been
Matching.
again. But we do have our matching coffee mugs.
We do.
So
Yes.
we have these available in turquoise or teal, or I think it's called
it's
teal.
Like it's
more
not
like a
a
teal.
dark teal though. It's more like
It's kind of like the
But
water.
it's
It's kind of like this, except not clear.
it's like darker than sea foam, but
Yeah,
lighter than teal. I forget what color that is.
yeah.
Turquoise? Wait,
Aqua?
did you say turquoise?
I said turquoise. Yeah,
Okay. I was thinking teal.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more like a turquoise.
yeah. Yep. So that and pink. So if you guys want some of those, let us know.
Yes. Rock
are-
your hot mess mountain
Yeah.
mama.
Rock your
merch.
hot mess mountain mama self.
Yes. How much are they?
They are 20.
$20, and they are a great size.
They're like fit in your hand really
Yes.
nicely, and
And
a
they're
nice
like
little
the
shape.
perfect size to go. So it actually holds more than I thought it would.
Yeah,
So
I just dumped my Yeti into this one,
yeah.
and everything that was in my Yeti, the one that looks taller, actually fit in this one. I think it's because has that like teardropped shape.
Yeah,
So,
I noticed that too. I had that with one of mine that looked bigger. It was like taller. It was like, oh, all of it went in here.
Yeah,
And it keeps things really insulated. I have noticed that. The insulation is really good. Yeah, shh, don't wake the burger.
I know. We have our spring wind happening, so it I know like it's probably like a week ago maybe that we had our first real spring wind where it just blew like all
Crazy.
day long, and you cannot get away from it when it blows like that all day. You're just like, I don't know. At least for me, I'm like, can you give us just like 15 minutes?
Yeah, I don't like when it blows and blows. Like
It
we've looked at different places to live, you know, just at different times in our life, and I'm like, Wyoming
wind.
is out.
Yeah,
Like
it's so
it's
true.
too windy there.
It's so true.
And then I'm always like, cool, the weather, cool, that looks good. Okay, tell me about the wind.
Yeah, yep. I feel like though most places in the United States in the springtime,
It's blowy.
it just blows. There, you just can't really get away from
Springtime in the U.S. blows.
it. Yeah. Bring some coffee now.
Don't you like how I laugh at my own jokes too?
Well, I was laughing already, so
Oh.
perfect. I think it lulls your baby to sleep.
Yeah, when I laugh,
That's what's happening.
hysterically, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
We're so loud, and then she woke up at the cone blowing across the yard. She startled and woke up. But we're sitting here loud laughing, and she's like,
Yeah, she needed a nap. She was so tired from school today,
yep.
so she was not going to stay awake for our
No.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thankfully, we found the sweet spot.
We did.
We were starting to
yes.
wonder if we were going to find the sweet
Yeah,
spot.
she was not happy for a while, but
Yeah.
we have found happiness
Yes.
in the arms of Mama.
Woo! So, the I don't know, the wind blowing, sometimes you can't get away from it.
Yeah,
It makes me think about the hard, and how the last couple of weeks we've talked about how we choose our hards, and that you can choose those hards because we know that that's going to create growth in us. But sometimes you don't get to choose your hard. Sometimes the hard chooses you.
yes.
And I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm like, really? Really? Now?
Yeah.
Why
Did
can't,
I need that?
or why not like the neighbor? Why can't you have
Somebody
chosen
else's
the neighbor?
turn.
Yeah, that's what it
Somebody
feels
else's
like.
turn.
I know. For the last year, at least for Jordan and I, that's how I felt. I'm like, okay, so we've been chosen for hard for the last year, and you guys too, really. If you think about it.
It's been a rough year.
So,
You have a beautiful baby right there.
little baby chick.
Little baby chick.
We have like 20
This
something of
might be
them.
mine. It might be Bluey.
Oh yeah.
But
It might be Bluey.
He's not blue. His name is Blue.
Yeah.
His name is Bluey. Do you want to show the camera your baby
Yeah,
Bluey?
right here. You're gonna put it up right there.
Right where Mama's finger is.
Over.
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 Up and over. There,
There he is.
oh, he's cute, baby.
I think this is one of the lavender buff Orpingtons.
Yes, what a
Yeah,
sweet baby.
you know how there's white up there? I
Uh-huh.
think this one is bluey.
Okay. Thanks for
So
for
special.
sharing.
So special.
It's really awesome.
Yeah. So, yes, your yard is more interesting than mine. You have a lot more living things in it. Many more living things.
I don't know. We both had our chickens taken out by a bobcat.
It's true.
So we do have living things in it right now.
Yeah. But for how long?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, good point. Hopefully forever.
Yeah,
Hopefully
that
the
would be
bobcats
nice.
usually-
I suppose if we electrified everything.
Yeah, I know, but then, oh man.
Did you grow up with electric fence?
No.
Oh, okay. That's...
And I know, like, that probably I'll be the one to be like, all right, kids, do not touch the fence. Make sure it's off. And then I'll be like,
Then you'll touch it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. I
Get
have been zapped so many times by electric fence, and thankfully it wasn't like the cattle electric fence that doesn't release you really. Ours was like for horses, so it's like intermittent.
Oh.
So if you touch it, it just like zaps and you're like, whoa. But some of them you like touch it and it will like.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, thank you. No, thank you.
It's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dealing with the hard that comes that is unexpected.
Not chosen.
Yeah, not chosen. How in the world? We don't know right now because we're in the middle of it.
Yeah, we're like, well, that's the end of today.
So I hope y'all have a great day.
Have a good day and enjoy. Yeah, so I mean, I think that it is a good distinguishing point to make that sometimes we choose things that are hard, but we know that there is a specific outcome that we're looking for that comes from that. Like,
yeah.
And so we
like going
choose
to
live
work
in
out.
the mountains, or we choose to work out, or we choose to garden. I mean, gardening is awesome, but sometimes it can be
hard.
Or hard. And then preparing for it. Sometimes preparing for it is tough because you're trying to, you know, put up fencing and put up.
Look, I could have come to you.
Oh yeah. But you know, the prep for creating a space can be kind of tough. Raising animals has its joys and its sorrows. But there are things that we still choose because we see the benefit in it.
Right.
And then there's things that are just hard and we're like, wait, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, exactly. It's not what we want to do.
There's a creeper behind us.
Oh man! That was really... I didn't notice I saw the hat and glasses and I was like, ah!
How dare you!
She just snorted.
She was like,
we're good.
Yeah, okay, all good.
That's what happens when you're a loud person.
Yeah, I know. The babies, they just learn to.
They learn to sleep through it.
Yeah. So I think that there are things that are hard that you deal with that you didn't necessarily choose. And I think even having babies, like it was making me think of sometimes you have children and you choose that, but then sometimes they're born with disabilities or struggles
that you are not expecting,
things that you weren't expecting, and that comes with the choice, but you didn't necessarily choose that. Or and I think, you know, there's a lot of moms I know that are like their husbands have left and they didn't choose that, you know, and so now they're momming alone, or they're you know, and so life comes with a lot of things that you maybe wouldn't choose, but it throws itself at your feet.
Right.
And it's like, deal with me.
Yep.
So then, I mean, how do you approach those things, or how do you?
I know my instinctive reaction is to completely withdraw from people and everything, because I feel just overwhelmed by the hard. And I know, you know, last year, whenever we had some unexpected medical issues come up, I was like, just couldn't deal. I just couldn't handle even trying to make phone calls and make appointments. Like Jordan had to take over that, because I was just like, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't figure it out. So which was weird because normally I'm very capable in emergent type situations. And so this time around, it was just kind of like, what is wrong with me? But it just was one of those. And I think it's the first time that I had ever really felt like that deep pit of your stomach, like anxiousness. And working through even that feeling of like, I'm super anxious and worried and I don't know why. And like, we've done the next steps and we have the next things planned. And so why is this? I mean, we didn't want this hard, but then it's like you end up with those feelings of like, it's just like that pit of your stomach where you just can't get it to go away. And it's like, okay, so if I did not have Jesus and the Holy Spirit in my life, I would probably be having an anxiety attack right now. Like, if I was not really focusing in on him with that. Yeah, we're recording. No, we are recording. Go.
So I was thinking as you were saying that, that I think the difference between the hard things that you choose, or one of the differences, and the hard things that just kind of come because life throws them at you, is with the things that are hard that you choose, you are typically moving towards something, and you see, like, I mean, I did mention this before, but you see the end goal.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's worth the journey. Right. When there's hard things that are thrown at you,
I made
hello children, the masses are coming. When the hard things are thrown at you, not only are you maybe,
take the dog in, please.
Have not.
What?
Take the dog in, please.
Amen.
Sorry, Jackie.
No, you're good. Not only did you not choose it, so maybe you haven't had that forethought of like, this is the benefit, but also sometimes we can't even see the benefit, like,
right,
or a good out. Like, so I believe that God can use all of the circumstances in our lives, whether good or bad, to draw us close to him, but we don't necessarily see other positives. And sometimes I'm like, listen, I've got my hands full, and that's not, even though I want good to come out of things,
right,
and I want God to be able to use things, when I'm not really prepared for them, it makes it hard to get into that frame of mind of like, this is the benefit of walking through this.
right.
And I think particularly when you have kids that are going through a medical thing, like you guys had, and like we have had to some degree, it's hard to see, it's hard to see like, oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
Or, oh, this is the positive outcome.
Right.
Like when I labor over my garden, hello, Sally.
Hi, Sally.
When I labor over my garden, I know the positive outcome is produce at the end.
Yes.
When my kid is walking through something where they're really sick or they're hurting, or my husband, or even myself, it's harder to see like, is there a positive that's going to come out of this? Like, or is this just hard?
Yeah.
And I do think some things are just hard. Hello, Sally. Sally, it's not your turn.
I will start that Instagram page for you, I promise.
She's like, did you show them my feathers yet?
Look at my beautiful tail. I'm like a cat.
Sally, it's really not your turn.
Oh my God.
Oh, so you have a turkey and I have a baby. We're good. Our laps are full.
What you
Hello,
wanted.
Sally.
You just wanted to cuddle. Okay.
Yes, you're a beautiful girl. Yes, we agree. But yeah, it's hard. I think things are easier to walk through if you see. I guess what I'm trying to say is,
right,
when you can see, oh, there's the light at the end of the tunnel, and oh, these are the good things that are going to come from this. It's easier to walk through it. When it just is hard,
she just jumped up here. Okay.
Yeah, she just jumped up.
I did not pull her up.
Do not make eye contact. She looked like she was about to peck me in the face. I don't have anything. A little close, Sally. She's like, do you have any bugs on you? No, I washed them off. I washed them off. Don't look at me like that. She's like, I'm about to pick your eyes out. Because
It's okay. She doesn't mean it.
she's giving me the mad dog. Looking straight in my eyes. Straight in my eyes. She's like, do I stare you down? Her beak is really close to my eyeballs.
Given that I be spoken of in that way, she's giving me the mad dog. Like, what?
Right in the eye. Oh man, Sally.
She's like, those earrings look like seeds.
Oh, I wonder if it is the earrings. Cause she was like really looking at me like
Intensely.
intensely. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're such a distraction, Sally.
No, seriously, what were you even talking about?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
The heart, yeah,
Coffee.
don't, no.
Drink our coffee. Yeah,
The heart.
the hard. But it chooses you sometimes. And then you just have to walk through it.
Right.
I mean, I guess you
Yeah.
could choose not to. I guess you could choose to run away. I mean, some people do.
Yeah, some people definitely do.
Just settle down, Sally. She's snuggling me.
She tucked her head under my arm, if you cannot tell. Okay.
You know, that's not what most people, I think, are wired to do.
Right.
You might want to at some point, but
Yeah. And I think sometimes we do try and escape, whether it's like through just kind of completely shutting down and not talking to people. Because I feel
Yeah.
like that's kind of what happened
okay, yeah.
with me initially, is it was like I just kind of cut off from everybody and
Yeah.
didn't even know how to communicate about what was happening and what was going on. But it's like after a while, I feel like you eventually start to be able to process through it, and you just need that time. And I think that that's probably a big part of it.
Yeah, sometimes you're just in survival mode. And so I think it's healthy to come back and look over or go back through the journey a little bit and process it.
Yep.
Maybe talk about it at that point, depending on if you're a person who talks things out or, you know, but to give yourself room and space to kind of work through the emotions of something that maybe you didn't really get to feel because you were trying to just survive.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And life can be hard. Life is hard a lot of times. So I think also it's easy to blame God or to
even lash out
on God or,
to like to the people that are closest to you even.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that can really create a toll on marriages too sometimes.